Getting mail sucks. When I was a kid, I prayed for times like this. To be someone worthy of having mail sent to me. Seeing my parents get important correspondence from big institutions that, I don't know, in reality were probably just telling them that they were late on the washing machine payment. But at the time, I thought it was something to aspire to. Those mailbox flags used to make me feel so safe. And when my friend told me that it was illegal to go around flipping those little flags up, which I did, I repented with fear, and I never did it again. I would do like 10 Hail Marys to the postman for flipping those little mailbox flags up. I remember when I was in like second grade getting a letter from Rice University. They had some program to convince kids like me to go into $350,000 of student loan debt at a very early age. And I just remember my parents disregarding it. And I said, no. I protested that. I went into my closet, put on my little kid tie, and I told them that this university wants me. And you know what? They have a good sense of judgment because I'm worth it. Oh boy, hearing the sounds of envelopes falling into the mailbox and that lid clank. It used to be pure whimsy. But I didn't know better. I didn't know how awful getting pounds of random shit actually was. I thought it was serious. I took the mail seriously. I didn't know it was a complete joke. But then I turned 17, and that's when I saw the postal system for what it really is. It's a scheme from a cabal of housing developers and realtors to bog your house down with so much junk mail that you have to upgrade houses. It's a scheme from insurance companies to tightly pack every square foot of livable space with flammable kindling in the form of credit card offers, so that every Christmas there's a swath of house fires that occur. And that gives them the pretense, just enough pretense, to jack up premiums around the country. I know what the mail's really up to, and it sucks. It's a joke. Nothing good comes in the mail. The same way nothing good happens after midnight. And now, yeah, you get some checks from work every now and again. Amazon packages. But I mean, you're tracking those, right? There's no good surprises in the mail anymore. No good sales offers. You didn't win the Nickelodeon sweepstakes to go hang out in Vegas with a deeply troubled Drake Bell. No birthday invitations. Just shit. Past due notices on things you can't even remember buying. If you watch my other video, you know the IRS will just find an extra $10,000 to $14,000 to charge you. Don't even get me started on jury duty. Why is it that the only thing coming through the mail are letters from entities trying to compel me to do something I'd rather not do? And the only thing I look forward to in the mail is a quarterly magazine from my jewelry store that I bought my engagement ring from to see what new watches came out, just in case I missed one on Facebook. I'll read articles on Monday about how an undocumented drunk driver caused unprecedented property damage to an upscale neighborhood and plowed his Chevy Avalanche through a resident's mailbox. And I'll see the photos. I'll look at the crime scene. I'll see the twisted bumper of that Chevy in a pile of rubble that used to be an ornate brick mailbox. And I'll think to myself, damn, that homeowner is one lucky bastard. And the same thing that happened to mail happened to phone calls. They suck. Movies promised me landline calls in the evenings, flirting with my middle school crush. And what do I get? I get Indian guys. I get solar panel salesmen. Medicare misdials. Nothing good comes from a phone call anymore. And as a kid, I was so hyped about it. Like, I remember in kindergarten, we went on a field trip to the police station, and I was like, cool. They showed us all the ways they were going to incarcerate us when we were military age. And they got the teacher's pet to demonstrate how a 911 call works. They had her pick up the wall phone in the station, dial 911. And I'll be damned, 2 cops walked into the room when she called. They were like, "What's the problem, miss? What's the problem? Is it him?" Pointed to another student. Is it that guy? Is that guy bothering you? But anyways, I was like, no way in hell that actually works. There's no way you can just summon police officers like it's some kind of Warcraft 3 hero power up. No way. So that evening, I go home. It's just my mom and sister and me, baby sister. My dad's working his second job. And I was like, what the hell? I know it's fake. So I took the phone and I dialed 911. Some lady answered. "What's your emergency?" And I was like, women can't be cops. There's no way. This must be the wrong number. So I hung up and dialed again. Same thing. And I was like, what a crock of crap. I knew they were lying to me. So I went back to watching Code Lyoko. And about 8 minutes later, there was a loud knock at the door. I mean, it was loud enough to startle my mom and make my baby sister start crying. I look over to the door and I see 2 silhouettes clearly wearing police hats. And I panic. I dove behind the couch. And my mom, who's been in the country for like 8 years at this point, answers the door. And these 2 cops just start interrogating her. At least in my mind, it seemed mean. They were asking, is anything wrong? Is someone in trouble? I thought I was in trouble. Are you keeping someone by force in your attic? And they were there for like 20 minutes. Oh man, when I left, I didn't speak a word of it for like 6 years. My mom was so worried. My dad was freaking out. The point is, that was the last interesting phone call I had in my life. Everything since that phone call has been downhill. Incredibly monotonous. Phone calls were supposed to be exciting and full of potential. Every good action movie starts with the phone call. But in reality, phone calls are like 90% just confirming plans you already knew about, just repeating it back to people, and then 10% talking to like robo operators because you don't know how extensions work on an iPhone. I hope in our lifetime we can make the telephone fun again. I hope we can make the mail exciting again. Because if we don't, if we can't do that, then I fear for our retirements. Trust me, I know. I work with people retiring. And most of what people do in retirement is check the mail and get on the telephone. Think about that. So today, I want us to be the change we seek. I want you to pick up the phone, dial a random number. I want you to take a letterhead, put in a random address. Call them, write them, tell them some good news. It doesn't even have to be real. You don't even have to be able to make good on it. Just give a stranger a glimmer of hope. Give them the feeling that we all had growing up. A flash of the past. A slice of childhood. Go make that happen. That's it. I want to thank you for listening to this. I'll talk to you in the next video. And don't actually do that thing I said to do. Don't go harass people with fake news. Don't do that. So anyways, take care. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.